Hey guys, you know what my favorite pimple patch is? Well, okay, I have two. There's this one and then there is this one. So this one is from a company called Starface. And I love them because number one, they're cute, right? Like there's something about a little patch star that feels like kind of childish and like it feels fun. And I love that. The other thing is that these little star patch ones have are made out of something called hydrocolloid. And if you've never heard about a hydrocolloid patch, what it is it is actually a wound healer. So what it does is it creates a seal over a wound. You can use it over, I have like a scar on my knee from when I had a little, well, I'd like to say a surfing injury, but it was really just me walking and I fell when I was in Costa Rica. Um, I'm making myself laugh right now because I think it's funny, but it actually was like really embarrassing. Okay, side story. So I was in Costa Rica and I was walking down the street and I was taking surfing lessons. I love surfing. I'm not necessarily somebody who really knows how to like paddle out and like swim with the locals yet. So a lot of times when I go different places and I have the opportunity to learn how to surf, I go and I learn. And I was taking these lessons, but my teacher was so type A and very like performance based. Like he was kind of like, why would you be learning if you're not like trying to get better? And and the thing about surfing for me is that surfing is pure enjoyment. I love it. I love surfing. And when I would go, I would be like, I would wipe out and I'd be like, yeah. I loved it. Like when I tell you there's nothing that brings me more joy than wiping out in the ocean. It's almost like I don't care about the result. And there's very few things in my life that I have experienced where I don't really care if I'm good at it or not. I just enjoy it so much. I mean, I'd love to get on the board more. I've been on it before, but I think sometimes my placement, a little bit of my flexibility, which is another reason why I'm going to start doing yoga because yoga and surfing are actually very similar. There's a lot of the same postures and a lot of the same flexibility you need to have in your ankle mobility and your hip mobility that really make it a lot easier. So anyway, I'm hanging out with this coach, and I think we had like maybe 6 or 7 days at this point. Okay, and one day he's like, "Hey, I actually can't come and see you. Is it okay if I actually give you to somebody else?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So the guy who was teaching me was from Argentina, but he lives in Costa Rica. Okay. The guy who he introduces me to is like a Costa Rican from this town. It's called Santa Teresa. And he was awesome. Like, he was like me. He was like, dude, it doesn't matter. He was like, it's fine. I love how I'm giving him a New York accent. He's like, dude, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Like, you can come into the ocean. He's like, you wipe out, you get back on. It's just water. Like, he was totally my vibe. So I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to tell my original like coach that I don't want to practice with him anymore. I want to practice with somebody else. So I said, okay, let me see if I can kind of make this switch. So, anyways, after class, I'm walking on this road and it's kind of like one road in, one road out, and the road has like an unevenness to it. So, essentially, like there's kind of like a drop off point. Like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like essentially like the road just doesn't really have an ending. Like there's no sidewalk. It's just the road where everybody drives on. You walk to the side of it and it's kind of an uneven concrete and it has a little slant. So I see this new coach, the guy that I'm really excited to work with, and I'm like, "Oh my God, hey." And I wave and I fall. Start falling and slowly, like it's like a slow dramatic fall, and I'm laughing now because, like, to this day, I had 0 pain. You know how sometimes when you fall, you're like, "Oh my god, my bone hurts," as well as, like, none of that, but my flesh was literally just, like, cut wide open. You could see, like, white. After that happened, I was like, "Okay, I have to make sure that this heals really well," so I put hydrocolloid patch on it. That's how this comes back to this, but I put a hydrocolloid patch on it, and it's healed very well. I mean, honestly, I could have used scar gel a little bit more. It healed very dark, like, it's still like I'm working on actually lightening the scar now, but it healed pretty well considering I use hydrocolloid on it pretty regularly, and you can keep it on for multiple days, and what it does, it is absorbs the fluid from the cut. I ended up not being able to surf anymore after that day, and I thought to myself, "You know what, Delita? if you had just been bold enough to just say like, I'm not working with you, I'm working with you, instead of just like trying to like make friends and like wave from the street, which by the way, he was so sweet. He like picked me up. He was like, you okay? You okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And then he sat me down, and then like I had on a full body suit, like which I like to swim in, like a sunsuit. And I lifted up my thing because I had ripped my pant, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I saw this like huge scar, and I was like, oh, here we go. And but it was incredibly effective. So anyways, it's a scar. It helps heal scars. It helps absorb fluid. So a lot of really smart people got together and realized that they should use hydrocolloid patches to help heal acne. So that's what these are. They're really great because they're very light on the skin. They're not very intense or very tough. So like what happens is a lot of times when you use these really intense like patches, sometimes when you pick them up, you know what I'm talking about. They like kind of rip your skin up too. Like they take off a little layer of the skin. So you end up with a circle around the actual area that needs to heal. Okay. So hydrocolloid, perfect, helping to just like take up the fluid, but it doesn't deposit anything or really adhere to it. It kind of almost like creates like a pocket. Like think about it like a dome, a healing dome that doesn't let any bacteria in and just focuses on helping you heal the acne. Okay, so that's happening over here and over here. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about my second favorite patch. And really, it's not second because it's so good, but they work in tandem. This is a salicylic patch. What that means is that you cannot leave it on for hours and hours and hours and hours. You really should leave this on between 4 to 6 hours. You can get away with like leaving it on overnight, like 8 hours, but truthfully, it works best in very short stints. So, this also is a hydrocolloid patch, but it has the added benefit of this salicylic acid that actually helps really stop the pimple from actually producing any fluid. So it doesn't just like clean out the fluid, it also deposits like a medicine. So the thing about salicylic that you have to be really careful with though is that with melanated skin, using something that has salicylic typically ends up actually darkening the area just a little bit. So I do find when I use the hydrocolloid patch on its own, it tends to leave less of a scar on the skin. Okay, it gets rid of it more effectively with this patch. The salicylic one is going to get rid of it. Like you're not going to have an issue. It's going to suck it up out of the skin and you're going to be like, oh, wow, it already feels like it's kind of come through. You can also use this to help speed up. Like if you've ever had a whitehead where you're like, it's not really ready to pop, but I know I want that fluid to come out of the actual whitehead. These are amazing because it will actually absorb it. It will absorb that liquid out of it and it will make it really easy for you to kind of just, even if it doesn't pop, you can kind of press on it a little bit and it will pop. Once it's popped, if you feel there is zero like liquid in it, you know that obviously like more can come out, but there's zero like white pussy liquid in it. These are your best bet because what they will do is they will take out the rest that's in it. You don't really need the salicylic after the actual pimple is popped. You only really need it when it's still in the skin, when you still know there's a lot of fluid still in there or it's under the skin. Okay? So that's how I use them in tandem. These, do not keep them on for too long. Very, very important. These, you can keep them on for like literally days. They're not that effective at actually pulling the pimple out though. So just be mindful. Anyways, I love them both. I think they're great. I need both, to be honest with you. And I used to think it was like, do I need this one or this one? But I need both. These are from Peace Out. These are from Starface. So just keep those in mind. Okay. I love you guys. I just wanted to share with you my favorite pimple patches. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye.